The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new LetsGoRacingParks.com. Take a ride into this kind of action.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
LetsGoRacingParks.com is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. A terrific lineup for you on the show today. We're going to start up in New York at Aqueduct as our buddy Maximus Mischief was making the first big stake race of his career, the Grade 2 Remsen. We'll see how he made out. Locally, it's the Pennsylvania Nursery. Call Paul looked much the best on paper. Could he back that up on the racetrack? We'll also have the Cigar Mile, the Hollywood Derby, the Matriarch Grade 1 action as well. And we'll also discuss whether Chad Brown may ever lose another turf race. We'll have that over the next half hour. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down on the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing, and my Remsen friend Dick Girardi. And Dick, before we get to the Remsen, we have some news on graded stakes here at Parks. How about the Gallant Bob?
We do. It's up from a 3 to a 2.
How about that?
So we got 2 Grade 1s and a Grade 2 on PA Derby Day of 2019. And obviously there's been some really good horses come out of it and have had success afterwards. And that's how you get your grade to move up. So, yeah, one of the biggest days in the country has just gotten a little better with the Bob up to a deuce.
It had to be the savaging.
Now, I think that was the key. They saw that. They said, hey, how can we not make this a Grade 2?
Dick, we've been waiting for the Remsen. And the Remsen is a mile and an 8 for 2-year-olds up at Aqueduct, $250,000. On paper, it looks like network effect for Chad Brown and our buddy Maximus Mischief. Now, Dick, let's talk about Maximus. This is his 3rd career start. He has had everything so far very easy. Obviously, his talent, I mean, it's easy to see. But things have been easy for him. He's going to go 2 turns. He's going to travel. He's going to face graded company. So he's got a lot of hurdles here to go over.
Yeah, all of which I wrote about this week on LetsGoRacingParks.com. There were a lot of questions that needed to be answered. Now, having watched his works, and I know you saw 2 of them, I saw all 3 after his last race. I'm saying, boy, Butch has trained him hard. He's going to have him ready. He's not going to be short. Everything should go good. But until you see it happen, you can't ever be sure. But I just thought his speed would get him the great position, which it always does. And he's just faster on the numbers than even Network Effect, who's obviously a pretty good horse, running 2nd in the National most recently.
Now, Dick, you talk about Network Effect as the wagering played out. Maximus was the favorite most of the way until right at the very end.
Yeah, it was interesting.
And then the late money came, and Network Effect went off at 6-5. Maximus was 7-5.
Yeah, 7-5 is rarely a bargain, but when you really only have to beat 1 horse, and that horse is going to have to come and catch you, that's not a bad play. As it turned out, it wasn't a bad play. Some people might have even had the exact.
Yeah, they might have. You want to go up and look at this again?
Let's check it out.
Here's the call of the Remsen.
And they're off in the Remsen. Maximus Mischief came out beautifully. Gladiator King is up close. Tax on the far outside. And Chinamato. Just behind them, Network Effect is a close-up 5th, only 3 lengths off the lead. A gap of 4 back to Bourbon War. And Jungle Warrior is at the back of the pack. Into the first turn, and it's Gladiator King on the inside. Maximus Mischief a comfortable 2nd, Tax 3 wide in 3rd. Chinomato is tucked in along the inside of Network Effect. This quintet covered by 3 lengths. Another 3 back to Bourbon War, who's in hand early, and a hard-to-handle Jungle Warrior wants to get right into the race, has moved up to take 5th as they straighten up for the run down the backstretch. And it's Maximus Mischief in between rivals with a narrow advantage over Tax. Down at the rail, it's Gladiator King 3/4 behind in 3rd, and Network Effect drafts behind them. They're followed by Jungle Warrior, 4 lengths off the lead, coming to the half-mile pole. Chinamato and Bourbon War, 6 lengths covers them. Into the far turn they go. Maximus Mischief, Tax 3/4 back 2nd. Gladiator King is coming under heavy pressure. Network Effect between horses. Jungle Warrior outside of that pair has 3 to make up. Bourbon War is starting to gather some momentum, has 6 to make up and will be caught wide. Chinamato not being persevered with. They're a 1/4 mile from home. Maximus Mischief. Tax is putting the heat on at the top of the stretch. Maximus Mischief is asked to run now, gets a reminder and opens up a length. Tax is 2nd, 5 back to Network Effect in 3rd, followed by Bourbon War. They're coming to the 16th pole, and it's Maximus Mischief proving he's the real deal as he opens up late. A belated rally from Network Effect. Maximus Mischief wins the Remsen.
Well, Dick, Maximus did not have the lead here. It didn't look like he was because there's a turf sprinter that was going to be in front of him, but he settled nicely for Frankie. He made the run. He got tested at the top of the stretch, and then he pulled away.
Yeah, I thought Frankie rode him confidently and beautifully. He never let the horse, Tax, who was sitting third, get up right next to him. He wasn't going to get himself trapped, and the horse obviously has that speed. And then with the moment of truth at the top of the stretch, what's going to happen? Well, Frankie said, let's go. He just spurted away, and the race was over. He just has that great acceleration. He's got that early speed. He's got that perfect Kentucky Derby kind of style where you get away from all the traffic, you're in position, and you see if you're good enough.
Well, Dick, it's going to be off to Florida. We'll get to talk to Butch Reed about that here in just a minute. But before we do so, it's time for our Ask the President segment with Sal DeBunda. And Dick, of course, we think about horse racing as a sport, but it's very much in terms of the Commonwealth agriculture.
Yeah, no question. It's an agriculture department sport because that's who oversees it in the Commonwealth.
Well, here's more with the PTHA and its effect on the Commonwealth's agriculture.
PTHA is very committed to the #1 industry in the state of Pennsylvania, and that would be agriculture. How do you partner with the agriculture industry through the organization?
We feel statewide that not just the PTHA and not just parks, but there are about 23,000 jobs that are created statewide because of this industry. And that helps feed and these are basically people who are agricultural employees. And we work with them to, again, a lot of these people I mentioned are the feed and the shavings and they're all helping to help the agriculture business in Pennsylvania. We feel we generate basically over $2 billion a year for the agriculture industry. And it's interesting because every dollar we get from slots, we feel we get $2 back.
And of course, always a big thank you to Pat and Sal for being with us. And Dick, I can't wait to bring Butch Reed on.
He's coming up.
How about we get to our first break and bring him in?
I think that's a good idea.
Be right back after this.
It's exciting, as I said. This is the glamour division, and everybody wants to be around and be a part of it.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner, low-mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, and it is a great pleasure, as always, to welcome in trainer Butch Reed, of course, trainer of Maximus Mischief. And Butch, you've been in this game for 35 years. We know what the goal is with Maximus Mischief. Was this the Remsen the biggest? Would you call that the biggest race of your 35-year career?
Well, I don't know about that, but you know, it's like the heavyweights used to be in boxing. The 2-year-old colts is the glamour division of horse racing, so yeah, drew a lot of attention, that's for sure.
Butchie, can you tell us about what your thoughts, what your feelings were? Is that they were loading up and getting ready to run?
Well, I tell you, in the paddock, he gave me such a good feeling because anybody who's seen him around here knows he can be a handful of horse, and he likes to raise a little hell in the paddock. But up at Aqueduct, he was perfect gentleman, stood there calmly while I put the tack on him and everything, and he was like, I got this under control, boss. Don't worry about it. So I was feeling pretty good when he went out on the track.
Butch, you trained him really hard for this race, and you told me that when you had to go send out for another girth, tell people what's up with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is a big horse, and he's been all the way along, but I mean, I really trained him hard for this race. Anybody who watched it, he had 3 good, strong breezes and good 1.5-mile gallops with even a blowout almost every day on it. And he's actually put weight on with all that, which is a really good sign. So, yeah, the valet came out with an attack, and I couldn't get it halfway around him, so we had to send him back for a little bigger girth. So he's a 2X like me, I think, yeah.
So 2019, he's going to go to Florida here shortly. We know what the long-range goal is, but what's the plan to get there?
Well, we're actually in the midst of making arrangements right now. Okay. We hope to get him down there in the next 2 weeks. And, you know, depending on how things go, get him down there, get him a chance to get acclimated to the weather and stuff. And, you know, they have a nice series of 3 prep races going up to the race. I doubt that we'll use all 3 of them, maybe just 2, but that's all to be determined on, depending on how he gets down there and how he acts when we get there.
So we're talking some combination of the Holy Bull, which is early February, the Fountain of Youth, which is early March, and the Florida Derby, which is the last Saturday.
Exactly. Now that we've got him around 2 turns and going to 1 1/8, we're not going back any shorter anymore from here on out. So all those races will be 2-turn races. It's just a matter of which couple we decide to use.
But you had a lot of hurdles to clear, as you know, from here at Parks with 2 very easy wins, the graded company, the 2 turns, the shipping, the new track. He cleared every single one in flying colors.
Yeah, and did it, you know, obviously with alacrity. But and the one part I was hoping for is that the track's been kind of dead and deep here at Parks, and I said, well, when we get up there to Aqueduct, he's just going to skip over that track. But we got up there, and the track may even have been slower than the track here. So to you know, to get a mile and an eighth first time around 2 turns and do that is quite an accomplishment for the horse.
Was he blown a little bit when he came back? I know at very deep stretch he flipped back to the inside lead. Was he getting I mean, not that it's, I mean, it's okay. Was he getting a little bit tired at the end?
I'm sure he was, and he actually had a, you know, good day's rest the next day after the race. He was pretty tired, but you know, his breathing sounded clear, no coughing or anything like that. And actually, a couple of observers thought that he was kind of clocking a tire track coming to the wire, and that's why he switched leads the extra time. But I'm sure it was a tough race on him. I'm sure he'll get a ton out of that.
Butch, he's a big, strong horse. You've had a lot of 2-year-olds into 3. What's your sense of what he'll be like in 3-4 months down the road?
Well, I hope he's not a whole lot bigger, you know, but you know, he's about maxed out in size-wise. But you know, his body's going to mature and harden up for him, just like the natural course of you know, the process with a young horse. And the main thing is mentally, and he's already stepped forward mentally in leaps and bounds with that race the other day. So I think mentally he'll get his mind even more on business than it's been so far.
You've been in big races, you've won grade 1s. To just have a horse with a chance at the biggest race we have, the Kentucky Derby, what's that like?
Well, it's unbelievable. You know, the excitement is, actually my voice is already going from all the discussions we've had the last couple of days. But you know, it's exciting. As I said, this is the glamour division, and everybody wants to be around and be a part of it. And it's just great for the owners and my family, my wife Ginny and Whitney are just, you know, doing backflips over this. So it's very exciting.
But I talked to my wife Kelly about it. You got a horse like this, and I mean, you got to go to bed at night thinking about Maximus Mischief. You got to get up in the morning thinking about Maximus Mischief. Is he on your mind like 99% at the time right now?
Pretty much, yeah. You know, it's just, you know, running things through your mind. Have I covered all my bases? Is everything where we want it? And, you know, what's it going to look like in the future? But fortunately, I've got a good staff around me with the guys at the barn, and the owners are great guys. They just want to, you know, they're really enjoying themselves. So it's great for everybody involved.
Well, Butchie, we are on the bandwagon. We are along for the ride. You keep taking us there, buddy, and we wish you the very best, and best of luck when you get to Florida.
Well, thanks. We'll keep on trying. So, yep.
Well, let's get to our national coverage. It's brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. And we'll start here with the Pennsylvania Nursery, Dick, our last stake for the 2018 season at Parks. The 2-year-old Colts and Geldings Pennsylvania bred 7 furlongs, $100,000. And we love the Pennsylvania Nursery.
We do. If Maximus Mischief is the best 2-year-old we've had here since Smarty Jones, and I think that's without question, we need to mention that it's been 15 years since Smarty Jones won this race and announced himself as, like, I'm really fast, and look out for 2004.
Well, Dick, when I picked up the form and looked at this race, there was a horse that looked like he absolutely laid over the field. It's called Paul, the 9. Jason Service comes in. He gets bet down to 1-5 with Trevor McCarthy up. Second career start. What's he do? But he goes up to Saratoga and wins the Saratoga Special, and then backs that up with 2 more outstanding performances.
Right, 3rd in the Champagne, 3rd in the Nashua, and behind Network Effect, who we just saw run 2nd to Maximus Mischief. So yeah, he's been in against open, graded company. Yes. Now he's dropping into a restricted PA bred race.
So the second choice is our man Butch Reed, number 5, Splice the Main Brace, who was 7-2. And Dick, all he has behind him is a state-bred maiden special weight win, and last time out in an open A, other than, although he ran well, he got beat on 30 cents on the dollar.
He did, but his numbers are really solid. I bet on him a pretty nice bet in his second start when he won easy on the 1st of September. And it's interesting, Butch rolled out of the Remsen winner's circle. He told everybody, hey, I got to go watch my horse at Parks, Splice the Main Brace.
Call Paul, 1-5, breaks from post 9. Here's the call. And they're off in the Pennsylvania Nursery. On the inside, Aspect breaks well. Speed between horses from Splice the Main Brace. Billy, your fired is right there in the early mix. Call Paul on the outside. Start Cashin forwardly placed as well. 4 across the track as they get to the main track. On the far outside are Start Cashin and Call Paul. On the inside, Billy, you're fired. Splice the Main Brace in between horses. Aspect right there down at the fence racing 5th. Jump for Alex now moving up in behind that lead wall of horses. Then it's JW's 3rd, Bishy, and on the far outside, this cat can jump. They're well grouped just past the half-mile pole. On the inside, Splice the main brace leading it by a neck. Start Cashin is still alongside. And 3 wide, the big favorite Call Paul is just off those two with 3 furlongs to run. Jump for Alex continues to run in behind horses. This Cat Can Jump has moved to 5th on the far outside with 2.5 furlongs to go, just about 4 lengths off the lead. So they come to the quarter pole. Splice the main brace on the inside. Call Paul now being asked to make his bid. Jump for Alex is still in with a chance as Start Cashin begins to fall back. But Call Paul comes off the turn and with a big run takes command. Call Paul begins to stride away. Splice the main brace try to stay on now for second. Jump for Alex try to get up there late on the outside, but Call Paul continues to draw away. Well, that Call Paul, again, much the best on paper, did not get the easiest trip.
Nope.
But Trevor McCarthy rode the whole way like he knew he had the best horse, and he did have the best horse. He ended up pulling away to win by 5, paid $2.40 to win. And Dick, for the owners, that was about as easy 60 grand as you're going to get.
Yeah, it's Michael Dubb and the Bethlehem Stable guys who own some really good horses through the years, and this was an easy win. 86 buyer. Jason Service is having an unbelievable year. He's 32%. He's won 127 races. And here at Parks, he started 27 horses, Keith.
Right.
10 wins, 7 seconds. He's done everything this year but win a Breeders' Cup race. And he had 2 brutal beats. Of course, his brother John did win a Breeders' Cup race. So it's been a great year for the Service brothers training.
Just about everywhere Jason goes, his numbers probably look pretty much like that. So.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I thought Splice the main brace ran really well for Butch. Was clearly second best. Just got a speed duel and got caught late for a second, but I thought he ran. They're going to win some money with him in these PA bred races.
Dick, the Remsen Stakes was actually the co-feature at Aqueduct on Saturday afternoon. The big one was the Cigar Mile. Grade 1 race, obviously, to for $750,000. And who shows up as the favorite? It's our buddy Mendelson again. They're going to back him off to a mile. He's 8-5 for trainer Aidan O'Brien. And Dick, after that unbelievable performance in the UAE Derby, he has not found the winner's circle again yet, but he has a very ambitious campaign.
Yeah, I mean, and think about this. He's not only running in all these grade 1s on dirt in the U.S., between each one of them, he's flying back to Europe and then coming back again. So what a schedule Mendelson has had. They bet him down to 8-5. I thought he ran great in the Jockey Club Gold Cup when he was 3rd. After that, chasing the big speed. Thought he ran great in the Breeders' Cup when he was 5th, beat 4. But man, it's asking a lot to keep doing these cross-Atlantic trips and come back with your best form.
Can I use his frequent flyer miles? Maybe?
You can. Yeah, they're transferred to Jones, Keith.
There. Number 5, Coppertown, second choice 2-1 for some guy named Todd Pletcher. And Dick, a lightly raced son of Speightstown.
Lightly raced, but fast. Last 2 buyers, 106 and then 101.
Cigar Mile, $750. Here's the call.
Around the far turn, pattern recognition has been there every step of the way. He does it well past the 3/8 pole in front, 3/4 of a length. Pat on the back. Mendelson comes under some serious pressure now as Coppertown circles up on the far outside. True Timber is just inside of him. They're followed by Stan the Man as the field turns for home. Pattern recognition clings to the lead by a length and a half. Pat on the back. On the outside, True Timber is finishing well. Sunny Ridge comes alive down on the inside of Mendelson. They're in the final furlong. It's Pattern Recognition who just keeps on going. An outstanding performance.
Well, no Aidan O'Brien, no Todd Pletcher.
No.
Oh, how about Chad Brown?
What?
No, number 8, Pattern Recognition, who has gotten very good recently. Gets 5-1.
Yep.
Pretty much gate to wire. Wins 3/4 of the length. $12.80 to win. Long shot number 8, True Timber for the exacta. Dick, does Chad Brown ever lose?
As we're going to find out here, he had a pretty good weekend. There were 3 grade 1s coast to coast, and well, this is one of them. Stay tuned. There might be more, but yeah, this is a horse who's gotten hot. He's now won 3 in a row, and I think Chad is now talking about maybe trying to find a way into the Pegasus, and why not? It's a horse who's pretty good right now.
And Dick Mendelson off to a second career now.
Yeah, he's going to retire to Coolmore, Kentucky, and he's a neat horse, but he never really reproduced that UAE Derby form. And he's out of here. Gone.
Well, Dick, more grade 1s. Let's go out to the West Coast at Del Mar and take a look at the matriarch from Sunday afternoon. Fillies and mares on the grass at a mile. You gotta love 14 horses at a mile on the grass. The favorite number 9, Vasilika, is 2-1 for trainer Jerry Hollendorfer. And Dick, 1, 2, 3, how about 8 in a row?
Yeah, you don't often see 8 in a row at any part of this game, but to not only do it and move up through, the horse was claimed back for $40,000 and then moves up, and now is trying the second grade 1.
Second choice is Chad Brown on the outside, number 14, Rimsky. You get 5-1. Here's the second choice again because of the big field. Put up a big number last time out.
Did put up a big number, 104, won the Athenia. That was a grade 3 at Belmont. This is a grade 1 at Del Mar on closing day for their fall meet.
Dick, want to alert the fans as they go to the backstretch, watch how spread out these horses are.
Yes.
And then
this is one of the great finishes you'll ever see.
Here's the call.
Strung out over a mile as they go down the backstretch. Farhan Mura's clear now by almost 5. Mission Impassable is racing in the second position. In behind that comes Kadura. Now here's Vasilika in the white blinkers, 8 off the leader. Mopetism inside of her. They are then being followed by Insta Irma. Behind that comes Donna Bruhar, who's a good 8 lengths off the leaders. Another 4 lengths further back, we have Rimska trying to make headway. Valadorna's behind that. Uni is still second last. Uni's got a good 15 to make up, and then Excellent Sunset. They come to the top of the lane. Farhan Mura going to be taken on by Mission Impassable. Whole wall of horses coming though. Vasilika is in there. Now Uni is starting to unwind on the extreme outside. Vasilika on the inside. Kadara is right there. Daddy is a legend. Uni coming like a rocket on the outside. Uni out of the clouds. And Uni, a captivating victory.
Well, Dick, going into the backstretch, I don't even know how far behind Uni was. I mean, it was unbelievable how spread out they are. 5-1. This again is Chad Brown. So this is 2 grade 1s.
Yes.
Just absolutely flying at the end. An incredible run from off the pace to pay $13.20 to win.
Yeah, and that's Chad's 19th grade 1. We're going to see another one in a few minutes on Race Recap. 218 wins, $26.8 million in purses. He's won grade 1s with horses 2 through 6 years old. Baffert won the Triple Crown. Is it going to be Chad for the 3rd straight year, or is it going to be Baffert when they give out the Eclipse Award for leading trainer?
What he does on the grass, Dick, is absolutely unbelievable.
You can make the case that he might be about the best that ever lived. I mean, and he takes after his mentor, the guy who taught him the game, Bobby Frankel, who was equally as good. And Chad is still young. There's no telling what kind of numbers this guy's going to put up.
And on our show today, he's not done yet.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. We'll be back with more after this.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. Pewter Stable is working hard, looking for the very best runners at all the top sales, and we do claiming partnerships as well. No markup, no management fees, makes our partnerships unique and affordable. Training services also provided for individual owners. Give us a call and see what Pewter Stable is all about. The thrill and fun of thoroughbred racehorse ownership is easier than you think. We are Pewter Stable.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, and we start with our Turning for Home horse of the week. It is Dangerous Maze. Dangerous Maze is an 8-year-old Kentucky-bred mare. Stands 16th hand. She's by Forest Danger. Ran 57 times in her career and banked better than $119,000, Dick. Ran an amazing 54 times here at Parks for owner-trainer Carlos Soter. Super athletic, ready to carry you to the dreams of your dreams, Dick, to the top. She has an exquisite gait and will make a super jumper in her short time off the track. Maisie, as she's known, would make a great show prospect, eligible for the 2019 Thoroughbred Makeover. She's now available for adoption at our Turning for Home partner farm, Safe Haven Equine, located in beautiful Percy.
There you go.
Absolutely. Dangerous Maze, our Turning for Home horse of the week, and our jockey and trader of the week. How could it not be Frankie Pennington and Butch Reed? And Dick, we are excited.
Well, yeah, look, it's the best chance any horse show Parks has had to be involved in this since in 15 years. Since Marty Joe.
Well, Dick, let's get to Chad Brown race recap here. We're going to start by up Aqueduct. The 2-year-old fillies in the Grade 2 Demoiselle, the same distance, 1 mile and an eighth for 250. Number 1 Enliven, the 6-5 choice. But Dick, how about the 4 Positive Spirit? Been up and on it the whole way at 11-1.
This is by Pioneer of the Nile, who sired, of course, American Pharaoh out of a mare Above Perfection, who was the mare Always Dreaming. So this is Derby, and she just crushes this field. But who is coming along for second
Who is
here?
this?
Our man again, Uriah St. Louis at 26 to 1 with a Fleet Destiny. Uriah paid $35,000 for this filly at Timonium. She gets $50,000 for second. She's already won over $90,000, and of course he's going to have some fun with her in 2019.
Positive Spirit 2440 to win, and Uriah second here again in a Grade 2 race. Good for him. Let's take a look at the go for Juan. Fillies and mares at a mile up at Aqueduct. Number 1, Marley's Freedom, was beaten 3/4 of a length as the favorite of the Breeders' Cup filly and mare sprint. They're going to try a mile. She's going to get it done.
Yeah, she's going to get it done, and she just wouldn't give up the lead here in the stretch, and she was down on the inside, which wasn't necessarily the place to be, but she was just way better than these horses and held them off at the one.
$3.10 to win, and finally back out to Del Mar for the Grade 1 Hollywood Derby. They'll go a mile and an eighth for $300,000. Number 6, Raging Bull, 9 to 5 for Chad Brown, and Dick here. He's here. They're going to do it again.
Yeah, this is the other Grade 1. It's Brown. It's Joe Rosario. They were the team that won the Matriarch, and Raging Bull is going to come from way back to get up just a touch.
$5.80 to win it, Dick. Chad Brown's horses always do it. It's the same way.
Well, that's how they're trained. He's got the greatest group of exercise riders maybe anybody's ever had, and when they get out to the races, man, they are ready to run.
Raging Bull, a Grade 1 winner. Dick, Eye on Racing, not a whole lot to look at next week. We have a couple of Grade 1s out on the West Coast.
At Los Al and their short meet, the Cash Call Futurity, the late Grade 1 Cash Call. It's the last year they got downgraded to a deuce.
Let's get to news and notes. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing News and Notes. Our final segment brought to you by Pewter Stable. Log on to the website at pewterstable.com. Become an owner today. Bruce Casella, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones. And Dick, you and I each spring get a chance to vote for the Horse of the Year here in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And boy, I mean, a lot of times it's a pretty easy selection. Not this time.
No, it's one of the hardest I can ever remember, Keith. And one of the rules is you have to have, the horse has to have run here at Parks. So unfortunately, our Jockey Club Gold Cup winner is not eligible. Discreet Lover.
We got to change that. We got to put him in somehow.
Yeah, he needs to get some kind of an award here. But let's think about it. Jaywalk. It's won 2 Grade 1s, the Frizette, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Maximus Mischief, who we've been talking about here, started his career, won a couple of races here. And how about Aztec Sense? In a normal year, he would be a walkover. Right, he ran here at Parks. He's won 8 in a row. He just won the Claiming Crown Jewel over the weekend for our good buddy Joe Bessiger. And this horse was claimed August 7th of 2017 for $12.5, has won $450,000 since then, has 8 for 8 in a year, won half the races here at Parks, including one on PA Derby Day, where it was a big upset over Baffert. So yeah, in a normal year, but a great job by Joe B. and George Navarro and that crew with Aztec Sense. But boy, Jaywalk, Maximus Mischief, what a year here at Parks, and Discreet Lover, we have to mention, because I mean,
Can't wait.
Yeah,
it's going to be a great
It's going to be an interesting vote,
Yep.
and obviously a great banquet in the spring of next year.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.